Hello, child development students. Here we are at part 2 of the permit process. Part 1 was determining what level you're eligible for. And once you've done that, you're ready to access the applications. To do so, you go to www.childdevelopment.org and you'll be on the Child Development Training Consortium's homepage. You'll click on ECE, Student Career and Education Program. Then you'll click on Child Development Permits. Then over here on the right, you'll click on the appropriate application. So you'll see upgrade, renewals. Most of you are going to be right here, center-based first-time application. Make sure to read the instructions very carefully. The Child Development Training Consortium's fiscal year runs August 1st through July 31st. They will pay for the first 3 levels, which is assistant, associate, and teacher, and they'll pay for you to upgrade from one of the lower 3 to one of the upper 3. However, funding is limited to 1 time per program year. We encourage you to go in at the highest level you're eligible for because you'd have to wait until the next program year for them to fund an upgrade. So another thing to consider is that the funding cycle, they do tend to run out of money towards the end of the program year. Come later spring, early summer, the Child Development Training Consortium has run out of money in the past. So you always want to check with the campus coordinator before you mail your packet to ensure that funds are still available. Make sure to just follow all the instructions. You don't need to send in any money with your packet. They will pay the application fee. Don't leave anything blank. Make sure all of your documentation and all of your applications are complete. Make sure to save a copy of your entire packet before you mail it. And here is the address of the Child Development Training Consortium. The next page is the checklist to make sure that you have all the correct forms and the supplemental documentation. All the applications are here in this packet. You will need to get another live scan. Even if you've been fingerprinted before, you need to do it again through the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. And you will need to order your official transcripts, which show the classes with a passing grade of C or better. Again, the classes cannot be in progress. They need to be completed with a passing grade of C or better. Do check your MyCerritos unofficial transcripts to ensure that all of the classes are there before you order your official transcripts. So the first form you're going to come to is the Child Development Permit Stipend Request Form. And again, it's a fillable PDF. You can type in all of your information. Make sure that you don't leave anything blank. Again, most of you will be first-time permit. However, you just check the box that meets your requirements. Make sure you check the appropriate level that you're applying for. Number 14, school age emphasis. We encourage you to check the box for no. You do not want the school age emphasis. If you check the box for yes, it's going to change the units that are required. For the school age emphasis, they require half of the units to be in the school age emphasis, which means school age curriculum or school age administration. And we are not offering those classes anymore. So we encourage you to check the box for no so that it won't change the units required. So again, make sure that everything is completely filled out. When you print it, you'll sign it and date it right before you mail it. The next form is the state form, the application for a credential. This one can get a little bit tricky. Just fill out all of the information under personal information, section 1. Under section 2, there's 2 drop-down menus that you're going to do. The first one is right here where it says options. You'll choose I am applying for my first California credential/permit. Or if you are renewing or upgrading, you'll choose the appropriate drop down. Again, most of you are going to be first-time applicants. And then where you see child development permit, you'll choose the appropriate level that you are applying for. So whatever you are eligible for, you'll choose that level. Leave everything else blank. It's all other kinds of credentials that you can get. They just want to know that you're a first-time applicant and the level that you are requesting. Part 3 is only for folks who are renewing. So if you are not renewing, if you're a first-time applicant, you can leave section 3 blank. Continue to scroll down to professional fitness questions. Now this is a legal document, so you need to answer all the questions truthfully. The first question is, have you ever been dismissed from a job, suspended without pay? So you just click the box to answer. If you have any yes answers, you need to explain it on the explanation form, which is, if you go back up, you can click on this link to fill out the explanation form. If you have all no answers, you don't need to worry about the explanation form. So scroll through all of the professional fitness questions. Have you ever been convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor? Click, click, click. Make sure they're all answered with a no answer, otherwise you'll need to explain. Section 5 is the child abuse and neglect mandated reporting. We all know that to work with young children, you are a mandated reporter of child abuse. So you read the statement and describing what child abuse and neglect is, and then make sure that you check the box for you agree. You understand that if you work with young children, you are a mandated reporter of child abuse. Section 6, again, is going to be left blank unless you're working for the LA County Office of Education or a school district. You'll leave that part 6 blank. And then you'll get down to the signature part. Again, you can fill out the date, city, county, and state and sign it right before you mail it. The next application is the LiveScan form. And you'll see that it already has the Commission on Teacher Credentialing's information here. You'll type out all of your information, and you can go to any agency that does LiveScan service. Campus Police will do it for you on campus. You can go to your local UPS or mailboxes, etc. Sometimes they'll do LiveScan service. You can call your local city police department and ask about LiveScan service. Remember, for LiveScan, you do need to pay up front to get the fingerprints done. Save your receipt because you're going to need to attach your receipt to the reimbursement form. So again, you'll fill this out and you'll take it with you to the agency that does your LiveScan fingerprinting. This next form is called the Verification of Experience. And again, we went over this in the part 1, determining your eligibility. The hours of experience need to be completed, and make sure you follow the criteria very carefully. The Commission on Teacher Credentialing actually counts on a calendar to make sure that you have the right number of days and the right number of hours. So your employer or the school where you did your volunteer work, again, when you take practicum, you get 18 days towards the 50. You'll still need to supplement with other volunteer work or a paid position, but practicum does give you a portion of these days. You'll take this to the school. Again, you can fill out all of your name, when you started, what your job title is, if you work full or part-time, how many hours per day and how many days per week. And then you'll have your employer fill out the school information, fill out the school information and sign it. Next form is the reimbursement request form for your live scan fingerprinting. You must have an original receipt stapled onto this form. So make sure when you go to get your live scan fingerprinting that you save your receipt. And again, you'll just type out all of your information, make sure nothing is left blank, and you'll sign it and date it right before you mail it. The last form is called a confidential profile for direct service participants, a fancy name for a form that's just asking you for all of your demographic information. Again, date of birth, your highest level of education, who and where you work. If you're not currently working in early childhood education, you can skip all the way to the end where it asks you your languages that you speak, gender, and ethnicity. So once you are done with all of that, that's it. You can print your packet, make sure to sign and date everything, and then you'll be ready to mail it. Yay! We do have the envelopes with the self-addressed stamped address on it that you can come in to any of the full-time faculty members and we'll get you the envelope with the address on it. Even though they are not asking a full-time faculty member to proofread your packet anymore, we are more than willing to do that. We can go over everything before you mail it to make sure that it all looks good. So again, if you have any questions or concerns, come in to see us. Otherwise, you are well on your way to earning your permit through the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. Congratulations.